I'm Christian Young. I'm a professional MMA fighter. I fight at the Combat Institute here in Colchester. That book is written. You just have to go out, and that's the beauty of life. You start to realise the chapters down the line, you know? I believe it takes a team, right? Like, at the end of the day, I'll go out there on Saturday, I'll get the job done, but without training partners, without coaches, without sponsors, without the people that are close to me. My therapist uses the word tribe. Without my tribe, I would not be half of the man I am. I believe the things that people really don't see are the nights where you get home from training and it's 9:30, you just got in and you got a PT at 7 the next day because you got to pay your bills. You're just shattered, mate. You're laying there on the couch, and I'm laying there on the couch asking my fiance, bless her, can you please make my bedtime snack? Like, I can't get up, my legs are toast. It's what happens behind closed doors, obviously with your immediate family, like my fiance, but also with your coaches. You know, like no one's bringing a camera into a room with their coaches going, this is exactly what we're going to do on the fight. Course, yeah, I mean, no one does that. I believe it's all those conversations and like the therapy sessions, the getting home, you feeling battered and bruised. It's hard to continue. I believe those are the things that people don't see, and those are the things that are very important.
What do you think you would have done without fighting? You know.
Oh, mate, I don't know. I probably would have been, what's the time? 10 o'clock. I would have been having my first break on a site somewhere, hating my life in the sun, and trying to get a 10-minute nap in my van. That's what I would have been doing, mate. I would have been either doing that, or again, just being a bit of a delinquent.
So would you say it's kind of saved you?
Oh, it saved my life. It saved my life. I say that to people. Like, this has saved my life. There's nothing nothing else in the world that has saved my life like this saved my life. You know, I wouldn't be able to do it without my faith and my love for the Lord and my faith with everyone else that supports me. You know, it's definitely a void that I had. Like I said, when I was a kid, thinking there was something special waiting for me. I just didn't think it was ever going to come. I didn't know what it was. So yeah, there was definitely a void there, whether I wanted to believe it or not. And that void has been filled, and now it's the biggest part of my life. I walked around with a chip on my shoulder, and I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and yeah, fighting's made me a better person, you know, and I'm happy I'll never have to do things like that again, and I'm happy that I can come here or I can go places, and I hope one day to help the youth and to give back. I want to give back, you know. I want every kid out there to know they go through a hard time and that has trouble at home or trouble at school or trouble with his friends, trouble everywhere, anywhere. Doesn't feel like he can amount to anything, because I didn't ever think I was going to amount to anything. That there is something out there for you. You know what I mean? If I can do it, everyone can. There's many moments of my childhood that if I put myself back there, I know I used to be very upset. Almost the life I was given. My grandma always said to me, when you're born, God writes your book. It doesn't matter if you think you can change in this and that. What happens has already happened in that book. That book is written. You just have to go out, and that's the beauty of life. You start to realise the chapters down the line, you know. That was always a beautiful thing my grandma said. The book's already written. You don't have to worry about this. You don't have to worry about this. Don't have to worry about that. The book's already written. It'll be okay. And there's many moments I can put myself back in little Christian shoes, and like simple little things like my dad not being around, being in jail most of my life. Even looking back now, having like 3 or 4 memories of my father outside of incarceration. The rest were sitting around a metal table in different jails, different settings, all quite different, but all very the same. Vending machines in the corner that you go get a Twix from and a can of drink. Spending a couple hours there and then going back home simple things like that used to upset me because going to school, like, because then I did that on the weekend. On the Monday, you go to school and be like, oh, what'd you do, Timmy? And you'd be like, oh, well, me, my mum, my dad, we went to the park and we played rugby and we then took the dog for a walk and we went on a nice drive to the beach and we got an ice cream. And they go, oh, what'd you do? And I go, oh, nothing much. And they go, you could have done something. Nothing really, just spent time with my grandma. Little did they know I was 5 hours away at a correctional facility seeing my father, you know, and that used to upset me because I used to think like, why can't I have a normal life? Why can't my mum and my dad be happy together? Why can't it just be normal? But there is no normalcy. There's no normal. Parable that my grandma used to tell me, which he'd know anyway. And the parable went, I probably visited every other week, and I know it off by heart. So it starts with, the weight of the world was on my shoulders. And I looked up to the sky and I asked God, please God, lighten the load. And he looked down at me, he said, no, I'm going to broaden your shoulders so you can carry more. So instead of lightening the load, he broadened my shoulders so I can carry that load.
Under the armpit! Under the armpit! Under the armpit!
Can be comfortable. It's like Sisyphus with his rock. One must think Sisyphus is happy. Rolls it up. My grandma would always listen to me, and my grandfather would always listen to me. My mother would always listen to me to their heart's content, make sure I was okay, but I internalized a lot of things because I didn't want to be a burden. And yeah, I wear it on my sleeve. I believe it's made me the man I am, and it sets me up for my future endeavors and my future relationships I have in life. Like when I have a job, Webby and the coaching staff, all the lads here that coach me, Tommy, Webby, Sam Hadley, Wills, they keep me grounded, and they keep me on the task at hand, and all the lads I train with, you know, Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Cheers, brother.
Appreciate it.
You're the man.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.